Welcome back to the herb
Thank
garden again.
you.
Uh,
So what do you have growing on this side of the wall?
Well, there are a couple of interesting plants growing in here. This beautiful umbel plant, that's a fennel. It's already going into seeds.
Yes.
I actually encourage people to kind of take some seeds and chew in them if they want to take a chance. It's really refreshing herb. So that could be used in, I mean, it's really common herb that used in so many different cuisines.
Yeah, and the tops are really great in salads as well if you don't want to use the actual bulb.
Oh, I
It's great
see.
to use the whole plant. The fronds as well have nice flavor, but the seeds give it a nice pop.
That's
great in salads,
that
yeah.
sounds good. Yeah, that's really good. And it has beautiful texture too before it goes into flowers. So it has beautiful, really fine foliage, which works great with like other plants. Like so for example, we are growing a Swiss Chard here right next to it.
Wow.
So this one is Swiss Chard is kind of golden rays. So that's intentionally planted next to the fennel because the way the color is, the texture is, so it works kind of well together. Should we pick some Swiss Chard or we?
Absolutely, that'd be great.
Yeah, let's
Definitely use it in a salad or
That sounds good.
especially with some of the fennel fronds, be great.
So this is, I mean, it's an herb garden, but we are also trying to sort of combine plants that will work aesthetically together. So these two plants, they kind of want to go together, like the fennel flowers. So here in a container, this is a guava. That's another
delightful.
plant native to Mexico, I believe. So it's kind of really fun way to, like a lot of people in US, not that many people will see a guava growing anywhere. So we keep these plants in containers. They go inside for the winter, then come outside and they fruit a little bit. I get
It's
to
a
eat them
great
sometimes.
Fruit. Absolutely,
So-
absolutely great fruit, and especially juice. It's delicious.
Exactly.
And what do you have going back here? Is butternut squash?
Oh, that's a butternut squash. Yes, yeah. So butternut squash is sort of it's a really vigorous plant. It takes a lot of space, but the way we are growing here is it's kind of planted behind the wall. From there, we trained it onto the wall and kind of keeping it on the wall. The goal is to let the fruit sort of kind of hang down.
Okay.
It's a really common vegetable, but just kind of a nice way to use the space.
Beautiful.
This is actually an interesting tree. This is an olive tree.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I haven't seen it fruiting, but that's kind of one of the challenge that I'm giving myself the challenge that make it fruit somehow.
Okay.
So it's already looking a little happier this year. So I'm really hoping that giving it the conditions where kind of somehow we can like make it fruit just for the curiosity purpose
That'd be
or
great.
seeing how it could work. And there's one plant behind you that I want to mention. This is Vinegar. This is kind of a grass. So this grass is it's really amazing. Its roots are so fragrant. So it's used in the soaps and sort of cosmetics.
Oh wow.
So the roots are when the plants is dug out.
Okay.
So then the roots are used for cosmetics or perfumes kind of stuff. And it's really fascinating to grow all of these sort of different
nice how
things in this
tall it
small
is,
little
yeah.
space.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it adds different texture, the height. So all plants sort of in this corner, they have something to offer to make it sort of pleasing to the eyes, and as well as.
I'm fascinated. Everywhere I turn, I'm seeing something new and beautiful and fruitful.
That's great.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mohamed. I am the chef de cuisine at Great Performances Catering, and today we are at the Kate French Terrace at Wave Hill Gardens in Riverdale, Bronx. Welcome. Today we are making a warm Swiss chard and beet salad with fennel and pistachio with a wonderful mustard sage dressing. We have a wonderful garden up here at Wave Hill where our gardener Harnek was wonderful and kind to source some beautiful Swiss chard, some beets, and some wonderful sage. Today we're using our classic sage, but we also have our pineapple sage from the garden, as well as some fennel So let's get started. So first in a saute pan, you're going to take some olive oil and bring that to a warm bubble. And then we're about to take about 2 tablespoons of shallots. Shallots, a nice sweeter type of onion. And we're going to saute that. The beauty of our Swiss chard is that they're beautiful long stems. And now we have rainbow Swiss chard. We have different colors, and the stems are wonderful and beautiful. And you'll always find them to be more vibrant in the summer, whereas anytime you find them in any other season, they usually have a white stem. So with the Swiss chard, you are more than welcome to use the stems. They are delicious. So you're just going to cut the ends off, and then you're going to cut them into about 1/2-inch slices on a bias, and you're going to keep going all the way up to the leaves. Now when you get to the top, you just want to run your knife through the center and give yourself some lovely bite-sized pieces for your salad. Just going to add that here. And so once the shallots have wilted down a little bit, you're going to add in your Swiss chard. And all we want to do is gently wilt this. It's a warm salad, so we don't want to overcook it and kill the greens. We just want to cook them down just a tad bit. You don't want to overcrowd your pan either, because it's going to be a little bit harder to stir. And so at this stage, you're going to add about a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. All right. Now while that's going, we're going to make our mustard sage dressing. So we're going to take about 5 to 6 leaves of our wonderful sage. They have a little fuzzy texture, so please don't be intimidated by it. They're delightful. And we're going to chiffonade them ever so slightly. So the smaller the pieces, the less overwhelming the bites of sage you'll have in your salad and in your dressing. So about 5 to 6 leaves, so I'll do you some justice. All right. And in your bowl, you're going to take about 1.5 tablespoons of whole grain mustard. You're more than welcome to use Dijon mustard, or whatever mustard you have at home. Dijon is a little bit lighter and less peppery as a spicy brown. And then we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You always want to season your dressing with some salt and pepper as well. So a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. And then we're going to slowly whisk this. You're going to add in your sage in here. You're going to let that marinate. All right. Check on our Swiss chard here. So it's nice, it's getting nice and wilted. So you always want to taste your dressing to make sure it is emulsified well, that you have enough balance of acid and oil and seasoning in there. Perfect. All right, so we're going to put that to the side. And so we also have here some wonderful beets. Our gardener Harnek was wonderful to get us some red beets from the garden, which we quickly blanched and peeled and cut into some large to medium dice. And we also had some wonderful golden beets as they're still in season, and so it would be a nice medley of colors. There's also candy cane beets in the summer that you're welcome to harvest, and those look like little bit peppermint candies, and they have little pink and white stripes, which is nice and fun to play with. We also have some toasted pistachios, some shaved fennel, and that is everything. So we're gonna grab our bowl. So for this dish, a nice wide bowl would be great, so that you can see all the beautiful ingredients. And our Swiss chard is coming along beautifully. And so as you can see, you have a nice sheen and gloss to the Swiss chard, and that it would be perfect for your salad, just so that it gives it a kiss of warmth. And we just cooked it just enough. Swiss chard is great raw as well, so please feel free if you want to skip the warming process of this step to go right ahead. So we're going to go ahead and layer it. So we're going to take about half of the Swiss chard here. I'm just going to layer that down. We're going to take some of our wonderful beets and just pop it all over. Some of our red beets. Any design bowl that you have that you want to showcase would be great for this. So we're going to take our toasted pistachios. It's important to toast the pistachios to get that wonderful nutty flavor out, to release the oils. And that way it gives it a nice crunch. So you want to sprinkle some of that on. So we're going to keep layering this on here. And then shaved fennel, which gives it a nice peppery anise flavor to the dish, and will play beautifully with the sweetness of the beets. So then we're going to take some of the rest of our Swiss chard here. Layer that on. Okay, I'm just going to spread that over. And the warmth of the Swiss chard will actually continue to keep cooking the fennel down a little bit, so you get that nice crunch. Whoop. Always a little mess in the kitchen. It's all good. And then some more red beets here. Some more of our pistachios. And you can substitute any nut for this. Pistachios adds a nice creaminess to this. You're more than welcome to use walnuts, hazelnuts, pine nuts, even almonds, whatever you have in your pantry. This is a great salad to incorporate any of leftover veggies in your fridge and use up those last of the greens. And now we're going to just give our vinaigrette one last stir, just in case something settled at the bottom. And you're gonna give this a nice pour over. And as soon as somebody grabs some of the salad in layers, they will get pieces of the dressing. And so here you have it, a warm Swiss chard and beet salad. Enjoy.